Hey everyone, it's Connor back from this old farm, and today, you see that behind me? And where is it? Over there somewhere behind the excavator. It's plow day, fall plow day. We're out here at the east of Bruno field. This is Terry's place, and we're gonna do some plowing out here. We've already kind of had a start on it. We got out here. It's been kind of a hectic start. I forgot my camera to begin with, but that's okay. They've only plowed one small section so far, I believe. So we're gonna come out there and show you. Rick is currently working on doing you might be able to see the plow marks, some etching around the edge of the field. What he's doing is making sure that the four-wheeler trails stay in place. So these guys, for one thing, oh, Luke's coming. Let's see if we can catch him. Way out there on the road. We had to go pull start him. He's having starter problems with that tractor. The secret project from last weekend, now the secret is out. We didn't want to tell Luke, but he got told anyways. The starter nose cone broke off the end of the starter. Well, come to find out, the starter that was in it was not the correct starter. The starter that Rick got is also not the correct starter. I think it's for an H, because the gear on the end of the starter that meshes with the flywheel, I don't know what you call that, was not the correct gear, or was sticking out into the ring gear on the flywheel. So it's not the correct starter. I think it's one from an H. So Rick is just making sure that people stay out of the four-wheeler trails. But so the nose cone broke off of that first starter. The second one is incorrect, and we tried to shim it up with washers to keep the gear off of the flywheel. It didn't work. It started to mesh as soon as Luke got out on the road. So he had to quick kill the tractor, pulled the starter, and then I had to go pull start him. So he's back up in action. I think he's gonna pull Rick's 2-bottom plow. I don't have anything. I could have brought the M out, but I don't have a plow to pull behind it. I don't have the number 70 that we just picked up. I don't have that ready. I couldn't find 3-bolt shares for it. Here's the word I was hunting for. I couldn't find 3-bolt shares, so you know what? It is what it is. I'm not super duper worried or bummed or anything like that. I'm happy to film, because there's not really much for filming going on. Rick doesn't film anything. Toby's kind of down for the count, I guess, so to speak. So yeah, we're walking out here though. The one problem we're having is standing water. That's kind of hindering us slightly here. The past couple, like week and a half, 2 weeks, we've had quite a bit of rain. An amount of rain that would have been nice to have had over the summer, but it is what it is. It showed up this fall. Now we got to deal with that. So you can see that there's another standing water spot. It's soaked everything up. So, but there's only a couple spots, these two that I've showed you now, and there's one out here in the area where we've plowed. Here's the area we've plowed so far. It's a nice long straight bit. So I guess we're gonna have to, at some point in time here, cut back the trees and trails and that stuff, because Rick is plowing quite a bit, or etched out quite a bit more of a area than I was expecting him to. But this is so far what we've turned. It's real ruddy and it's real rocky, so it's it's not super fantastic ground to be plowing, but it needs to be plowed. It needs to be worked under. What is grown is not at all anything worth cutting. So it's time for it to get turned over. There's another wet spot over there. You can see where they avoided. A couple people got stuck. Well, one guy got stuck. There's another wet spot kind of over in that grassy area there that they were trying to avoid. And a little bit over here, I see they were kind of plowing through it. Mainly it's the 3-point guys. Well, one guy is really having trouble. Alex with his WD, Alice Chalmers WD and snap coupler 3-bottom plow. That one was struggling for some reason. There's a Ford. It's not an 8N. I don't know what exactly. I'm not super up on my Ford modelage stuff, but there's a Ford here. We'll go back up there and show you that later, maybe. That seemed to plow good through the wet spot, but we're just kind of trying to play it safe slightly. So you can see here, there's lots to plow this year. I got the drone with. The stupid controller keeps it dies out before over the time I don't use it, so I got it plugged into the pickup truck. It's charging, so hopefully we can get the drone out before everything's been plowed. If not, I apologize, but we're trying. But this is what we're plowing everything out here. There's kind of a annoyance with 4-wheeler tracks, but then we've also got rock piles. That's what's in there, is a big rock pile. So it's kind of annoying having to plow around stuff like that and deal with things like that, but you know what, it's part of the field. It's part of the fun. So we're gonna walk back up here where everybody in the tractors are, and maybe we'll do a couple of circles, a couple walk arounds of the tractors that are at play here, and go from there, get some plowing action. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll go from there, I guess. Well, it looks like we got Cody down here with his John Deere A. Over in this spot, this is the spot with the 2 wet spots. We got Bob plowing. He's just going to town. He's rolling some nice furrows. Bob, in classic fashion, plugged the plow. We'll have to get him unplugged. And the last pass on that one, got too close. The roots are too close in, and plugged her up. Luke with the 4-mile M and Rick's 2-bottom. Pulling along nicely. Here comes Dustin with this Ford 860. I don't know what model year it is. First guy to trip one today. Somebody found a rock.
See it in there.
I'll get
back up, lift it up a little bit, put it back in.
Gonna fall into the rock pile. Jeez, right on the clutch. Something ain't right. Well, it's about 6:15 and the sun is setting. We've got this field left to do, and this one's kind of got to get finished up. But otherwise, and I think there's the one more around the corner here. We'll get over that way. Has to be finished up, but everything's going fairly well. We'll be back out here tomorrow to finish up what we haven't done. Luke's M is running real nicely, pulling that 2-bottom. Cody's John Deere A has been running nicely with that 2-bottom, pulling it just minty. Bob's been running around with his 4-bottom, doing a nice job. Dustin had his Ford. It went for a while, and then it just kind of decided it was going to take a break, and then it didn't want to restart. And then we tried one more time with the starter before we pulled it back to the trailer, and it didn't want to go, so we pulled it. Well, then we needed to lift the plow, so we put it in gear and tried, you know, like you were pull starting without pull starting it, so that it would run the hydraulic pump. And we saw some smoke coming out of the exhaust, so we decided to turn the key on and give her a go, and it pull started fine. So for whatever reason, it didn't want to start with the starter, but it started with pull starting, so that was good. So he got loaded. He wants to wait around to see. They found another nice big large rock over here, and so he's gonna stick around to see that and then take off. So I think everybody else is hanging around for tomorrow. So yeah, holy, that's a rock. Okay, here's the situation at the rock. We're chained up and the D4 is gonna pull it. Moving it.
Look at the water under that thing. There's a spring.
All right, we're rehooked. Here goes attempt number 2.
Rick doesn't tip over, it's going to be a success.